Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us here on 9 News Plus. I'm Chris Bianchi, and today we've got two special guests to discuss COVID-19, and specifically we're going to discuss the vaccination of children between 6 months and 4 years old in the Hispanic community here in Colorado. We will do this in a bilingual fashion. And as usual, we will be chatting with Dr. Ricardo Gonzalez Fisher, a medical expert with Servicios de la Raza, and Vanessa Bernal with Colorado's Department of Public Health and Environment. If you have a question in either English or in Spanish for our guests today, please email me at chris.bianchi, that's chris.bianchi at 9news.com, and I'll make sure that it is answered. With that said, we will start today. I'm going to start with you, Doctor, here. Doctor, now that the vaccine is available for children under 5 years old, specifically between 6 months of age and 4 years of age, what should we know about this and how safe is this vaccine?
Well, thank you, Chris. The first thing I want to say is that we are really excited that this has been approved for the use in young children, because they represent 1 out of 5 members of society. And they're one of the most vulnerable group of people in our environment. We know that at least 7 out of 10, like 70% of kids younger than 5 years old have been infected by COVID. The bad thing is that they can bring this home, and this can be transmitted to someone who is vulnerable, but also they can have long-term effects like long COVID or other things that we still don't understand. So we're really excited that the vaccine is here. Talking about safety, these vaccines have undergone the most intensive safety monitoring of any vaccines in the history of vaccines. And after billions of doses that have been applied around the world, we know that these vaccines are safe to use on children.
Well, with that information in mind, Vanessa, where and when are the vaccines available or going to be available for children under the age of 5 years?
Chris, the vaccines are already here. They arrive on Monday, June 20th, and they are being distributed. They are available now. What I would recommend to parents is to contact their medical provider and check with them if they are already administering the vaccine. Also, they can check online on COVID-19, colorado.gov on our website, and there's going to be a list of providers that are offering the vaccine, and also this list, of course, is going to be increasing. As a final message, Chris, I would like to remind everybody that these vaccines are free, and also that parents and guardians are entitled to paid time off from work to take their children to get the vaccine and recover from any potential side effects after vaccination.
Again, it is free, and parents will get time off. It's required that parents get time off in order to get their kids vaccinated. Doctor, I guess the final big question I've got for you is, could you tell us about some of the differences between the vaccine that these younger children will be receiving compared to the one that adults get?
Yes, and the vaccines that we're using for children, or that we're going to be using for children, are the Pfizer and the Moderna vaccine, which are the same vaccine that adults are receiving right now. The only difference is the dose. These doses have been adjusted for the small size of their bodies, but it's the same vaccine. For Pfizer, we'll be using 2 doses with a 3-week difference between the first one and the second, and then we're going to have a booster 8 weeks later. For Moderna, there's only 1 dose, and 3 weeks later, a second dose. No booster needed yet.
Okay, so there are some of those differences. I mean, same vaccines you mentioned, but smaller doses and different time increments compared to the adult vaccine. So, Dr. Vanessa, thank you so much for a few minutes of your time for explaining some of these key differences and the big advance, as you called it, Doctor, in terms of getting the vaccine available for children between the ages of 6 months and 4 years. And by the way, for those of you watching, and if you have a question that I did not ask today, please feel free to send me one. Again, it's chris.bianchi at 9news.com, and I'll make sure that it is answered in future weeks. But that will do it for this week's look